If you are preparing for 2027 prelims examination, this is the most important video you are going to watch, because in this video I'm going to show you that UPSC prelims has changed drastically in the last 2 years. And if you do not prepare as per the changing trend, then you will always struggle to crack the prelims examination. You know, guys, you may have come across lot of aspirants who say, sir, I worked very hard, okay, throughout the year, but still I am not able to crack the prelims examination. There are many aspirants, they are joining institutes, they are joining coaching, and still they are struggling to crack the prelims examination year after year. The reason is they are preparing with the old strategy which worked in 2019, 2020, 2021. But in the last 2 years, UPSC prelims trend has completely changed. That is what I'm going to show you in this video. Guys, if you prepare with the old strategy, you cannot expect to win the new battle, because the rules of the battles are changing every year and you need to prepare as per the changing trend. Guys, my name is Santosh Pandey. I myself have cracked the UPSC prelims examination 6 out of 6 times. All 6 prelims I attempted, I have cracked the prelims examination, which is a great achievement. You can see some of my marks here. I have scored very high marks in the prelims examination. And today I'm going to show you that what worked few years back is not going to work in the coming years of prelims examination. I'm going to give you exact proof from the questions which came in 2026 prelims examination. So I'm going to do a total analysis, a complete 360-degree analysis of 2026 paper, subject wise, theme wise, and I'll tell you what are the important subjects, where you need to focus, what are the things you need to ignore, how you need to use your time. Guys, remember that gone are the days that you will just read few standard books like Lakshmikant, Spectrum, and okay, some of the NCRTs, and you can crack the prelims examination. Those days are gone. I'll prove you. Let us start. So you can see here, first I'm going to show you the changing trend in economy. You can see some of the questions which came in economy. You can see here this question is on UPI and central bank digital currency. This question is on e-commerce. This question is on tokenization. This question is on ONDC. This question is on MSME index. This question is on FI index, financial inclusion index. Can you see? None of the question came from the traditional themes which used to come before 2021 or 2022 prelims examination. Okay, previously we used to get question on GDP, we used to get question on inflation, we used to get question on unemployment, we used to get question on fiscal policy, okay, monetary policy, banking sector, RBI, okay, external sector. Okay, so generally most of the students, what they do is that they invest too much time in reading these standard concepts, but in the last 2 years you will see the economy questions have completely changed. Okay, they are not asking traditional concepts, okay, which are there in the books. Most of these things which have come in this year prelims examination, you can see here, like for example e-commerce. Okay, you can see here e-commerce, there was one question, and you can see another question, okay, related to e-commerce, not exactly e-commerce but related to e-commerce. This is not given in any book. This is not given in any book. You can see this question of tokenization. You can see this question of UPI and central bank digital currency. This is not given in any traditional book, because these are new concepts. These are new concepts in the last 1 and 2 years. You can see government is focusing on, okay, fintech. You can see this theme called fintech. Okay, also guys, last year if you see, many questions came from the capital market. Previously you will see before 2020 very few questions were from the capital market. You can see this theme of financial inclusion. Okay, so government is focusing on these themes. As far as economy is concerned, you will see the government is focused on UPI, the government is focused on digitization in economy, government is focusing on, okay, digital payments, and that is what is the focus of question setters also. So if you are preparing economy from some bulky notes, because I know many students, they are reading 400 500 pages notes, and in that notes they are just investing all their precious time in reading fiscal policy, monetary policy, external sector, GDP, national income, unemployment, inflation, CPI, WPI. I'm not saying that those concepts are not important. Those concepts are important. Those concepts are important. But what I want to say is that the trend is changing towards new and contemporary issues. New and contemporary issues. So if you are ignoring these issues, if you're ignoring these issues and not devoting more time on these issues, you will always struggle to solve economy question. You can see, go and check 2017, 2016, 2018 questions of economy. Those questions were direct conceptual questions, like questions on fiscal policy, question on capital budget, question on capital expenditure. All those kinds of questions were there. But you see the changing trend of the questions. The questions are more focused on evolving sectors of, okay, the economy, like the digital economy. The focus is on digital economy. Okay, so this is one trend which I have seen and I want to show you. So what I have done is that all the questions which came in economy, around 14 to 15 questions came in economy. I have done an analysis to show you what were the sources of these questions. You can see these questions which came from economy. You can see, guys, financial inclusion index. It was a current affairs and contemporary affairs question. Then multidimensional poverty index, current affairs question. E-commerce, current affairs question. MSME financing, crowdfunding, again current affairs. Okay, crowding out effect, this was a traditional question which is there in the books. Okay, and this I had covered in my test series also. Then tokenization, again current affairs question. ONDC, again current affairs question. Digital currency, again current affairs question. NBFC, yes, this was a static question. Again, you can see, okay, committees, some of the committees even all were current affairs question. All were current affairs question. These were there, these committees. You know, guys, this LC Gupta committee was in news. Okay, because of the capital market. Okay, so my point is that the focus is changing towards contemporary affairs. You can see in, like, in front of you, you can see, okay, most of the questions were, okay, in economy were current affairs. So what will be the strategy as far as economy is concerned? The strategy for economy should be, you should focus more on current affairs. Okay, so guys, I am reading a business newspaper. Okay, I read Business Line every day, and in my daily prelims notes, okay, which is DPN, I'm covering all economic issues which are current oriented. Okay, so if you do not have the time to go deep into the current affairs of economy, if you do not have time to read business newspapers, do not worry, I am reading it for you every day. I'm covering these topics. Okay, also guys, every day I'm giving you 10 important questions from the current affairs. In that 10 important questions, I'm covering at least 2 questions every day from economy. Okay, so the point what I want to make here is that you need to read the NCRTs, you need to read the traditional books, but do not over invest your time there, because the question pattern is shifting towards the evolving trends in the economy, which is, you can see yourself, the digital currency, the tokenization, ONDC, e-commerce, etc., etc. This is the first trend I would like to share with you. Now coming to international relations, this is completely current affairs. This is completely current affairs, and the number of questions coming from international relations are increasing with every year. You can see here, sir. Okay, Strait of Hormuz, completely, okay, every day it was there in newspapers. Then you can see 2025 United Nations Conference on Ocean. Again, you can see June 2025. Again, current affairs. Then you can see AI Summit 2026. Again, current affairs. All questions from IR were current affairs. So you can see economy, at least 80% of the questions in economy were current affairs. Again, you can see from IR, most of the questions were from the current affairs, and that too, like, this was like very hot topic. This was very hot topic. So, like, the questions were expected. No one can say that these questions were out of blue. No. If you see current affairs question, who was very serious, anyone who was very serious with the current affairs, followed current affairs throughout the year, they could have easily answered this question. The problem is, most of the aspirants, what they do, they just rely on coaching institutes, magazines, and compilations. They do not read daily current affairs. Guys, in the magazines, okay, in the magazines which come out, okay, they have to cover only limited topics. Okay, in 90 pages or 80 pages, you cannot cover every current affairs, particularly small topics, they cannot cover it. Okay, so I would like to recommend every one of you, try to read current affairs daily from newspaper. If you can't read newspaper, like if you can't read Hindu, if you can't read Indian Express, you can't read this, so what you do is that you can follow my daily prelims notes. I'm covering current affairs very holistically. Follow it and follow my PPP, which is the 10 questions I'm giving you daily from current affairs. If you solve this PPP 10 questions daily in a year, you can solve more than around 3,700 questions. Okay, so you can see 4,000 questions you can solve approximately, because I'm giving the PIB questions also. Okay, I'll come to that. I'll come to that. Okay, so you can see here all questions. You can chancellor visit, European Union. Okay, then Indian supported projects, ASEAN connectivity, AI summit, everything was okay. Interpol. Okay, everything was current affairs oriented. Now coming to science and tech, all questions here, all questions again. IR all questions, science and tech all questions were current affairs oriented. You can see here, sir. LLM, then in space, Agnikul, Skyroot, National Quantum Mission, Sudarshan Chakra, okay, even the genetic engineering, okay, everything is current affairs. This is completely current affairs. So if you are reading some static books on science and tech, you are just wasting your time. You are just wasting your time. And I'll tell you guys, most of the science and tech questions I have given in my predictions. I have given in my predictions. You can go to my website and you can check. Okay, you can check the questions which have come directly from our website. You can see here all questions, not a single questions are static oriented in science and tech. You can see genetic medicine, LLM, stills technology, black box. You can see black box because there was an air accident. Okay, air accident. Okay, green hydrogen, drone warfare. You know, like nowadays drone war is going on. Genome India project, private sector in space, quantum. Okay, Dhruva, Bharat forecast, blockchain, all current affairs. So imagine if you're not reading current affairs daily, ask yourself, are you really preparing for the UPSC examination, or you are preparing for 2019 or 2018 type of examination? Are you preparing is really for 2027 prelims? Guys, 2027 prelims, 2026 prelims have completely changed and moved towards dynamic. And that is the reason, guys, most of the aspirants who heavily rely on coaching institutes, okay, they're not doing their own hard work in current affairs. They are struggling to crack the prelims examination because they're not asking questions on books. They're not asking questions from traditional books. If you just invest a lot of time in reading science and tech notes, okay, of coaching institutes, questions are not coming. Questions are coming which are current oriented. Okay, so let me see, let me show you. So you can go to this website and you can see here, okay, how I predicted prelims 2026. There are many questions which I have predicted. Okay, obviously 100 out of 100 questions no one can predict, but you can exactly go and see how many questions have directly come. You can just open this PDF and you can go through that. This you will get in our website, which is optimizeias.com. If you have not joined our Telegram channel, you can join our Telegram channel also. If you check out how I'm helping aspirants for the prelims examination in our Lakshya 2027 batch, you can go to this website optimizeiascourses.com/learn. Okay, next. Okay, so before we move to the next subject, I'll just show you that in Lakshya 2027 I'm giving you 10 most important current affairs questions, and these current affairs questions are not random current affairs questions. I'm linking them to the PYQs and then only I'm framing questions. Guys, now the trend of the UPSC current affairs questions are that if you do not do daily practice, it is really difficult, guys. Daily practice will build daily progress and daily confidence in you. So this is really very, very important. So make use of that. All these 10 questions I am framing myself, guys. It is a unique opportunity for you to get guided from someone who has cracked all 6 prelims. Okay, so do not miss this opportunity. Take prelims examination really seriously. Okay, next, guys, environment. Again, to your shock, let me tell you, all questions, again, all questions in environment came from current affairs. You can see here Hulak Gibbon, taken from current affairs. Madhav National Park, again you can see current affairs. All questions, literally I'm telling you, all questions in environment were current affairs. You can see an analysis here. You can see this current affairs. You can see this current affairs. You can see this current affairs. Okay, mangrove. Okay, you can consider this static. You can consider this static also, but that was also in current affairs because there was a TN Shore project. TN Shore project in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so I had predicted this question, that these questions are going to come. Then you can see Madhav National Park, FAO, blue transformation, red plus, green hydrogen. All these are current affairs questions. So you can see the focus is not on traditional topics. Okay, they're not asking what is biodiversity, what is ecosystem. Gone are the days. Now they're asking what reports. Okay, conservation measures at the national level, at the international level, recent topics they are asking. In geography, yes, geography, some of the questions were current affairs, particularly map based question. You can see this question which were current affairs question, but in geography still some of questions are coming which are static oriented. You can see these were the static oriented questions, but there were current affairs question also, like look, Lake Turkana, Winzium Port. This all map based question particularly is completely current affairs. So if you are want to score very high marks in geography, okay, you need to cover current affairs, particularly map. Okay, again I'm saying that in this 10 questions which I'm giving every day I'm giving one map question. So in 365 days, okay, you will get 365 map questions. What else you need? I'll cover everything. Even, you know, guys, you can see Andaman climate. Although the question was static, but this was taken from the current affairs. So most of the questions which are current affairs, even in geography also, which is a static subject. Again, coming to history. History also, guys, you see, although history is a very static subject, but even in history, you can see here Ikka movement, Bardoli Satyagrah, Moidams. This is anniversary was there, Sardar Patel anniversary. Moidams, again, it was a current affairs question. Yes, I agree that in history there were more static questions. History is the only subject. History is the only subject where you are getting static question. But here also inspiration is coming from current affairs. You can see this Pali. Pali was added in the classical language. Okay, so I would not say that direct questions are coming from current affairs, even in history. Yes, motivation of questions are coming from history, but if you see, history is the only subject where they're asking static oriented question. Okay, so please prepare history properly. Go read ancient old NCERT, medieval old NCERT. Okay, even new NCERTs you need to prepare. So I am covering all possible questions from these old and new NCERTs in my NCERT test of history. There are 5 NCERT tests on history. So please make use of that. Also, guys, I'm working on some very fine compilations on ancient and medieval history for quick revision before the exam. Okay, once I make it, I will contact you and I'll tell you. Okay, so this is also very important. Next, guys, polity. You know, the number of questions from polity before 2023 or 2024, okay, were around 15 questions, and all these questions were from Lakshmikant. So at least if someone has covered Lakshmikant properly, he would have solved 15 questions very easily. But now the trend has changed. In polity, first of all, the number of questions have declined, and the number of direct questions from Lakshmikant has drastically declined, and that is the reason scores are dipping and students are struggling to crack the prelims examination. Even in this, you can see here, this is the zero FIR. It's a current affairs question. You can see here, disability rights. It is again a contemporary affair question. You will not find this in any book. You will not find this in any book. Okay. So what I want to tell you is that even in polity questions, you are getting questions not from the standard books like Lakshmikant. Here also the focus is shifting on contemporary affairs and current affairs. And guys, there is a logic to all this. Okay, if you see this question, why this question was asked, okay, and this disability rights question, because this was there in 2016 and this was completing 10 years in 2026. So they have asked this question. So all this analysis I am doing in my test series. If you want to make use of this, my expertise, you can join my test series. Okay, you can connect with me. You can telegram on this number. This is my number. You can telegram me. You can speak to me directly also if you want to join. If you're already part of it, do not worry. I'm covering everything. I'm analyzing each and every question and I'm preparing questions as per the latest format. So now you understand why aspirants are failing or struggling to crack the prelims examination, because the traditional books, what was the traditional logic of cracking prelims? If you see the all the previous successful candidates, they used to say, okay, Lakshmikant पढ़ लो हो जाएगा, ठीक है, कोई इकोनॉमी की नोट्स है, ओके वो पढ़ लो हो जाएगा. बट क्वेश्चंस तो नहीं आ रहे. क्वेश्चंस तो करंट अफेयर्स से आ रहे हैं. क्वेश्चंस तो बुक से आ ही नहीं रहे. So if you're not reading current affairs, how are you going to crack the prelims examination? Just ask yourself. Okay, you can see here few questions were static, but here also current affairs questions were there. Okay, Okay, so overall trend, what is the overall trend of UPSC prelims? Okay, history is the only subject where static is still dominating. Okay, so I would request every one of you, if you're really interested in mastering standard books, master for history, and here also old and new NCRTs both needs to be done. Okay, geography, yes, there are still some questions from geography which are coming static oriented, and you can see as you move forward. Okay, in economy only 20% question, in environment not even 15, I would say 10% question, in science and tech, okay, 0% question, in international relation very few question. You can see from here these are the subjects. Okay, let me just again make a kind of, okay, so what is the learning from this is that these four subjects, one, two, three, four, five, these five subjects, guys, okay, which comprise sufficient number of questions, because if you see 14 questions here, then 15 to 16 question here, then again 12 questions here, then again 10 questions here, then again 3 to 4 questions here. If you count this, okay, suppose this you count 20, 30, 40, 50, around 50 to 60 questions are completely current affairs questions. Okay, you can see here, and these places, okay, these tests, like these are the questions. Here also there are some current affairs question, and history also I told you there are questions which are static but they are motivated from current affairs. Like I told you that ICA movement was motivated, even the forward block question was motivated because that was in news. Okay, so this is the trend I would like to give you. So if you want me to make, like for every subject specifically what should be your strategy for 2027, do let me know. I'll make for every subject. I'll make separately for history what should be the sources, for geography, for polity, for economy, for environment. I'll make separate analysis of each subjects. Okay, so if you like this analysis, do consider giving a like. And guys, I would like to tell you is that for 2027, if you want your preparation to be really very good, and if you do not want to take any chance, I would like to request every one of you solve my daily quiz which I am giving you. Really, it is very useful. And I have added one more thing this year, which is the weekly PIB notes and PIB quiz, because many questions this year were taken from the PIB. I have already made a video on that. I hope you must have watched it. So you need not go and like read the entire PIB, because every day around 30 to 40 press releases comes on the PIB, and it is not possible for you to read all these 30 40 PIB releases and then think what is important, what is not important. Since I'm dedicated my like entire time to the prelims only, I'm giving a lot of time on the prelims, so I'm doing that for you. I'm reading all the PIB press releases, I'm selecting the important articles, and then I'm preparing notes and questions on PIB, which I'm giving you weekly. Daily you need not do it. Daily you need not do it. Weekly you sit once and you prepare the entire PIB, so that you need not wait till the year end, because year end you will not have time. Many people are thinking that though they are very smart and they will read in the end when some compilations will come in the market. Let me tell you, if you are not reading PIB throughout the year, it is next to impossible for you to cover PIB at the end of the year. Okay, so this is what is my suggestion. This is again my number of my team. If you want to speak to my team, if you want my guidance for the prelims examination, again I would like to appeal, please do consider giving a like and share this with all the 2027 aspirants who are looking for a good guidance for the prelims 2027. Thank you, bye bye, take care, and God bless you.